trucking is really boring until it's really exciting. Like
Yeah,
if they did not edit it down to the most exciting parts, you would just see
sure.
me just going, and no one wants to see that.
Stay with us to hear more about the boring and the exciting parts of Lisa Kelly's season on Ice Road Truckers. I'm Deborah Lockridge, and this is HDT Talks Trucking. I'm excited to be talking today to Lisa Kelly of Ice Road Truckers fame. The History Channel show has come back for a 12th season after an 8-year hiatus.
Garden Hill is where you're going to. There's going to be lots of hills to climb.
Okay. Most important question, what am I driving? Dang! Still Kenworth. Nice.
So, you've been doing the owner-operator thing. How's that been going?
It's really good. It's awesome. It's really nice that no one else can drive your truck and but the downfall is, if your truck breaks, you can't jump in another company truck. That's the only truck you got. But it's so nice. The money's good, but you have to budget because
Yep.
you get lots more money, but you got a lot more going out to
Right.
fuel and fixing and stuff. So it's not like it's all take home, So as long as you're careful with that, it pays really good. As long as your truck doesn't break.
Are you able to set aside money for potential repairs?
I did, and then I bought a horse with it. So that was not my wisest decision. So I'm starting to build up again.
How did you decide to get into trucking in the first place?
I've just always been a tomboy growing up, and it just kind of happened where I was trying to find jobs, and usually younger, you start out in the food industry, and rotating food is terrible, and working at gas stations and stuff, and people are fine some days, but and then I got into like delivering pizza, and I'm like, oh, I love getting out of the building because you go to that same building every day, and it's like you just start hating the smells and the way it looks. But when you're out and around delivering pizzas, you get to see the town, you get to go see all kinds of different things you would have never seen before, and kind of on your own, and you get to listen to music. And I'm like, I like this. I think I'm going to try this. So I worked up to be a truck driver. I'm like, if I don't like it, I wouldn't have been, and I absolutely love it. So I'm doing what I love.
Cat Scale Company provides the professional driver with an accurate and certified weight. We are the #1 choice for professional drivers. Look for the black and gold sign to get the weights you can trust.
So going back to when you first got on the Ice Road Truckers, how did that come about?
I worked for Carlisle, the company that the production company was working with to shoot the show. So they were just asking the boss, like, who do you think would be good for the show? And my boss was like, oh, there's this girl. And they were at first like, oh, history usually doesn't like taking chances like that. So we got to really sell him the idea of a girl. And I worked good on camera and did the screen test, and they talked him into it, and it worked out good. So I'm really glad that, history took a chance on me.
Now, being, I think, mostly the only woman, there were like, I guess, one or two later on, it really, I would think, got you a lot of attention, probably some welcome and some not.
Oh, if only you knew. Yeah, some things are good and some are not very good at all. I'm not sure how many people I'm married to right now. That's my wife. I'm like, no, I
Oh,
am not. I
dear.
was just saying that today. I'm like, for all these lazy husbands I have, no one's out there scooping horse poop and help me fix a fence.
Oh my gosh. So, all right, I have to confess, I did not watch Ice Run Truckers regularly, but my daughter and my husband watched it. She was, I don't know, 8 or 9
Oh,
years, I
wow.
think. Yeah. And that was kind of their thing, their dad and daughter kind of thing. So,
Nice.
but I'm sure that you do like a zillion interviews. Is like the one question that everybody asks you that you go, oh, no, not that one again?
Um, Well, it's been a while. I haven't done an interview in quite a few years. 8 years is a long time for a show to be off. It's so cool it came back. But back in the day, it was like, what happened to the puppy? And it's not that I didn't like answering it. It's that I heard it so much that I'm like, and I heard it so much that I just started making up stupid answers. And that's my social experiment where no one actually really listens. They hear what they want to hear. So they're like, oh, what happened to that puppy in India? I'm like, oh, I ate him. And they're like, oh, that's nice. And I'm like, they just hear what they want to hear. I've made up so many answers to that one. I just started playing with it and having fun. And then another one, I mean, it's fine if you ask it, and it's fine whoever asks it, but it's like, what's it like to be a woman in a man's industry? And it's just like, that's kind of what I've always done, so it's really hard. And I tell them I haven't tried the alternative yet of being a man in a man's industry. So it's hard for me to answer because it's my reality. So it's kind of, I don't know. I'm just doing the job. My feet still reach the pedals.
So, is this new season, does it kind of follow the same formula as they did before, or have they changed up anything?
Just in general, it's the same lovable show that everybody likes, and but they've changed, like they got a whole new like not production crew, but like what's on location that's shooting, like all new people there, new showrunner, and like yeah, so kind of a little bit of a new format. So that was a little bit hard to get used to.
They, being a show, they really dramatize things, right? It's like, oh no, will the truck start at 30 below zero?
Well, I don't know. It's a legit concern for me because
it is.
Because I've turned my truck off before and I can't get it started. Like the starter just decides to go out. It's not like, oh, it gets so cold it won't start. It's like freaking starter might not work or something else. So it's a legit concern.
It is a concern. It is a concern. I mean, did you feel like it's like they over dramatized things, or do you feel like it, was a good representation of what it's like being on the ice roads?
It's a bit of a tricky question because everyone's like, oh, it's all scripted, blah, blah, blah. But if it's scripted, no one has ever told me what to say, if that's the question. Yes, it can be dramatized, but trucking is really boring until it's really exciting. If they did not edit it down to the most exciting parts, you would just see me just going, and no one wants to see that. And there's a lot of like playing worst case scenarios. So yes, those things could happen. But I'd like to think that I have enough experience that that's going to be extremely minimal. So yes, those things can happen. And yes, they do happen. But it's pretty minimal. Unless you just have terrible luck like Art. Art's not in this season, but Art he was awesome for TV because he had the worst luck of anyone I've known.
What do you think happened that, like, I don't know, really was like scary or dramatic?
Oh, yes. Especially in the other country, they were really scary because I mean, I didn't know the trucks. I don't know the language. Like the roads are just falling apart out from underneath. Like they are the most dangerous roads in the world for a reason. So they were legit scary. And on ice roads, things have happened here and there. Generally not quite as much as over there just because that is what I do for a living. So I've kind of learned when to throw chains and when to do this. But I have slid my truck backwards off a hill. So when you burn out on a hill, you get stopped, right? And you throw chains. You get out, you throw chains over it. Well, I threw one chain and I went under the truck and trailer to throw the other side. And right when I got to the other side, because the tires are warm, they melted a layer on the ice. So it became water and that truck slid backwards and it was about ready. And like the truck steering must have been turned a little bit because it came over and like almost slammed me in the guardrail. And I had to like jump the guardrail and roll down the hill. And you just stand there and watch your truck go all the way to the bottom with chains hanging over top of the tire.
Yeah, that would have been pretty exciting.
It was a bit wild. So
what is it what is it like driving the ice roads, and what are things that people might not understand?
Um, I
Mm,
don't think people understand how cold it is because they're like, oh, if she doesn't have heat in her truck, well, if the truck's running, the truck's creating heat. And I'm like, so you actually don't understand how this works because if you don't have a blower motor to blow it in the cab, it's so cold that engine heat isn't going to be enough.
no.
Like it was cold in there and you're breathing, fogging up the windows and no way to get it clear again so you can see, you know? So I just don't think they understand how cold it is.
So yeah, I watched the first episode last week, and it was dark, and you were out having to fix a hose, air hose had come out, and it was like 30 something below. I'm
Hmm.
like, that's cold.
It,
I've
it
been
is
30
cold.
below once, and it was like, it took my breath away. And I'm thinking, she
Hmm.
doesn't look like she's cold. But is that just, I mean, how
Um,
cold was it? Or is it partly because you live in Alaska? Are you more used to it?
yeah, I think you definitely get used to a certain kind of cold, but there's also different kinds of cold. And if it's a dry cold, you don't have the moisture around you. And I've noticed I can go out in a t-shirt in 40 below, not very long, but because your body kind of keeps like a layer of heat around it. So if the wind's
Mm.
not blowing, you're okay. If the wind's blowing and it takes that body heat away, it gets cold really fast. So the dry cold is a different kind of cold. And I'm used to it, and I don't remember how cold it was that day, but I have had my breath get taken away, and that's why you got to wear the face mask because you're like, can't breathe.
We touched on this earlier, like you've been this, kind of female face, a female driver in an industry that is, heavily male. Do you think that's had an impact for people watching about like what women can do and be successful at in trucking?
Yeah, I think so. There's definitely more women in it now than there was back in the day, and it's cool that people say like I've been an inspiration for them, and if Lisa can do it, I can do it. I'm like, oh yeah, for sure. So it's it's cool to be able to kind of show that part of it, and I'm not just a advocate for just women, but just like anybody that they can do what you set your mind to if you want to do it bad enough. You just can't make excuses. You got to go do it.
How have you managed to, I guess, maintain boundaries between that public persona and your personal life? Like I said, with being out there and famous to some extent, I guess. And
Yeah, it
how
makes
does that?
sense. How to keep it separate. I just got to realize that even though it was hard because I am me, I'm not playing a character, so the one that's there's criticism, it's more personal to me. But I also realized that TV is a two-dimensional way to portray a three-dimensional person. So like if there's six characters on a show and it's 45 minutes long and you share it evenly, then you've got what, like maybe 10 minutes, maybe less, 5, 6, 7 minutes an episode that's actually being portrayed. So you could show anybody having 10 minutes of a bad day, 10 minutes of a good day, 10 minutes of being tired. It's not that you're not being who you are and they're not twisting it, but they can kind of shape your character, which is good because I feel like my character has been like, oh, the sweet girl that's tough or whatever, and I have my bad days where I'm not so sweet all the time and where I'm not so tough and I just want to go lay down. But so,
That don't we all?
yeah, so it is kind of a character. So then that's kind of how I've come to be like, I'm so much more than that. So that keeps me kind of away from that. And then I also notice there's a lot of people that have no idea what they're talking about and they weren't there, and hindsight's 2020, and I did the best with the information that I had at the time, and I just have to trust that I did my absolute best. And people can say what they want because they weren't there and they weren't experiencing it, so they don't know. So it's
Right.
kind of a way to keep it separate.
So what is something about your like three-dimensional self that doesn't get necessarily portrayed on TV that you'd like to share?
They do a good job portraying the parts that I would like people to see, and the other parts I don't so much want to share.
Okay, that's
But
that's that very fair.
I think sometimes I'm meaner than I come off on TV because I'm like, I work with a bunch of guys, and you think I'm just going to be this, oh, wishy-washy? No, I can get mean and bite back. So That's how I've survived. And people get shocked. Oh, you're mean. I'm like, yeah, how do you think I made it?
I'm being assertive. Thank you very much.
Yeah, or whatever you want to call it. I'm being a sort of, you think it's mean, whatever.
What's something that you like to take with you on the road in the truck that might surprise people?
I don't I don't know. I don't think there's anything that's going to surprise anybody. It's like bathroom stuff, clothes, tools, food, phone.
Right.
Like I'm kind of boring. I don't carry around some stuffed animal or anything. Oh, I do have a little pillow because I like to drive with it on my lower back, you know? And
Uh-huh.
this pillow has been all over the world with me in every truck that I've ever driven.
Oh,
So
wow.
I take it with me because it's comfortable to drive that way, and this one pillow has been everywhere. I bought it to go to India. So
A world traveler pillow. You mentioned that, so you have these really intense adventures on the show and like learn new things. What's something that you've learned that maybe you brought back and were able to use in your regular trucking life?
the one that stands out in my mind the most that I learned on the road and then brought back that I wouldn't have learned is when we were in India, because we were so high up, the trucks were so underpowered and overloaded that there was this thing where you have to be like, you have to put your, I think it's your heel on the brake and then your toe on the throttle. So you're revving it up, but you're on a hillside, and then the other foot's letting the clutch out. And if you don't rev it up, it's going to stall out.
Uh-huh.
So it's like driving brake and throttle at the same time with one foot. And I've never had to do that before, but then when I got home, I burned out on a hill and it started going backwards. So I was just trying to keep it in control, and I'd be on the brake, but I was just losing air, and I needed to build air, so I had to rev the truck up to keep building air, so I keep having brakes or control of the brakes without it dying down. So it was like, oh, I learned that in India, how to drive with 2 feet with three pedals.
Anything that you'd like people to take away from the show?
I think it's cool that people get to see like a whole different side of the industry that they're maybe not familiar with. And I like that. I want people to know that it's entertainment. Like, of course, it's not factual documentary, and they're like, oh, it's
Right.
so scripted and fake and all this. And it's like, yeah, but if it didn't happen, we couldn't have it on camera. Like, I don't drive with a green screen or anything. It's like we're out there doing it. It was funny. I had a camera guy one year, and we were shooting in Canada, and he said he went to breakfast, and some guy was like, "Oh, you're with that show. Tell me, is Lisa Kelly really a truck driver?" And he goes, "I don't know how to drive." He's like, "I just hold the
Who else
camera."
is driving?
Yeah. And then there was another one. I had to chain up like the third time in a day, and he's like, "We got to chain up again." I'm like, "You're holding a camera. I'm the one lifting the chains. I'll trade you." And he goes, "Okay." So I'm trying to hold the camera and film him chaining and teaching him at the same time, and he can't get him on. I'm like, "Oh, the screen went black. I think I pushed a button." And I'm like, "Why don't we just trade back and admit that we can't do each other's jobs?"
As you said, they take the more exciting parts and pull those together, because just a camera behind the wheel, like you said, a lot of it's just, it would be boring.
Yeah, people are like, "Is there someone in the
Until
cab
it's
with you?"
not.
Yeah, until it's not. And they're really exciting moments that really happen, maybe not all back to back, but we've got hours in a day to do it. And then
Hmm.
people are asking, is there someone in the cab with you? I'm like, I would like to hope that I don't talk to myself that much.
How many people does it take? I mean, what's it like having, obviously you've got a cameraman in the cab, or is it just one person? Is there a bunch?
Just one in the cab. It's pretty cozy having two people live in a truck, and it gets dirty really fast, and you got camera stuff, all your stuff, all their stuff. So it gets pretty crowded, but then we usually have a chase car, so we have a chase car driver, and then you got your outside camera guy that gets all the outside shots. So he usually flies the drone, he does the drive-bys. So there's a minimum of three people, but including me, four. But other seasons they've had like an assistant to the camera guy outside, so sometimes there's more. But I'm always like, I don't want more people. My crew's got this. Like, we're all cramming in the SUV and I make the boys sleep in the SUV and I spread out on the bed. So everyone else shares their truck cab with their camera guy. And I'm like, not me.
Nope, 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 nope.
So it's like, well, our smaller crew's better because they all fit in the SUV.
Where do you want to go from here? Have you got goals? Just being an owner operator? They think we're going to keep doing more seasons of Ice Road Truckers?
I mean, I hope they keep doing Ice Road Truckers. It's really cool that it's gone on this long, and there's so many times I'm like, yeah, this is for sure the last season. And then they're like, next season, they're like, hey, want to do it again? I'm like, wow, we're still doing this, huh? So like, I would love if that happened again, where I'm like, yeah, I just don't know, can't go on. Oh, want to do it again? Okay. So, I mean, I hope that continues, but I'm at the age now, and I don't want to sound old or anything, but I am getting older, that I'm where I want to be in my career. Like, I don't need more trucks. I don't need a fleet. I don't need employees. I love the job that I'm at, and I really like hooking to my tanker and going to Prudhoe and back to Fairbanks again. And I want to have this job till I don't work anymore, because I'm established. I'm high up on the line board for seniority, and I want to stay there because that's what I like to do. And I like to challenge myself with ice roads. That's what's nice, is I can be at home and I can just do the same thing and do the same road and have the same income. And then I get to go away to ice roads, work my butt off, learn new things, have new adventures, new trucks, new roads. And then I come home and I'm like, oh, okay, that was a fun adventure, but I'm back
very
home
intense.
again. Yeah. Yeah. So it's nice to be able to switch it up, but still have this good job. And that's where I want to be. And other than that, maybe a piece of property that's a little bit bigger and breed some more horses.
All right. Well, Lisa, it's been so great to talk to you. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.